All right, y'all, we are back for another episode of LaRae Infinity Let's Talk, and I'm excited. Yes, I know, I'm always fucking excited. I get it. We're in 2021. I'm finishing up season 2 with 3 amazing women. Sharing your unapologetic story is more than just about yourself. This is important. It's moving and everything else. So I just want to say thank you to all the women that have been sharing their stories, everybody that's reached out, and I definitely want to thank all our listeners. Our listenership is growing and everything else. And as you know, this podcast is all about taking the story as a woman that we're supposed to tell, throwing it out the window, and telling your unapologetic story the way you want to tell it in your own time and in your own words. Warning, in this podcast, there is cursing and adult content.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Jasmine, or QuietStorm. I am 30 years old. My zodiac sign is Leo. My goal today is to touch, move, and inspire you. And you are listening to the LaRae Infinity Let's Talk podcast, season number 2. I hope you enjoy.
And I'm the host, LaGina. Yes. Okay, y'all. Clearly, I'm dealing with somebody that knows something about radio production. She must be in the arts or anything else. So we are going on this journey together. And I'm so excited about this. Jasmine, I appreciate you being here. One, for the major part that I met you through our guest, Kanesha. And she told me about you. We have never met, and we've talked a total of 10 minutes probably all together, including text message. I just appreciate you being here. Your vibe is chill. I love people that move in that way, and you have locks, so I assume that you're a dope person anyways. So thank you for being here.
I'm excited.
Okay, I'm excited too. Yay, we're excited. Yes. Okay. All right, so let's just start with something simple. Where did you grow up?
I'm from Houston, Southwest Houston. And I grew up in Houston, Louisiana, and Mississippi, actually. I finished high school in Mississippi and went to college in Mississippi. But I grew up in areas of Houston, Southwest Side, and Alief, and areas in Metairie and New Orleans, and also areas in Mississippi, Woodville, Mississippi, and Gloucester, Jackson.
Tell me about your family and your family dynamics while you were growing up.
These are great questions. This is good. So I grew up in a single parent home. It was me and my mom. I was the only child growing up. On my dad's side, I was the only child as well. Still is. I now have a 17-year-old brother. He'll be 18 in March. But I grew up with my mom. I've had different male figures in my life and things like that. But mostly it was just me and her. And she got married, and this is when I was living in Metairie. And then we had moved to New Orleans, but she had married this gentleman who was a Marine, and that was interesting. It taught me like structure and stuff like that. That was her first husband, and then she got married to this man named Ray, this country guy from Woodville, Mississippi. They're together now. I played sports my whole life and stuff. I did dance. I was even though I was quiet and stuff, I was interactive with a lot of different activities, stuff like that.
Got it, like quiet but outgoing.
Yeah, I like to be involved in different things, and then my mom would expose me. We would go to like a whole lot of cultural festivals, and in Mississippi, living in Mississippi, I would go to like this community center, get exposed to that type of stuff, community center stuff, like tutoring
programs, all the stuff.
Then we in the country, so it would just be, I ain't gonna say country stuff, but
it's country stuff.
we just do what we do. It was fun, but it taught a lot of value and like different lessons and things that I still use to this day.
Yeah, like
I grew up
what are some of them?
community for one, and just understanding um, communal living is needed in a community, period. Or I believe every child needs some type of communal type living and things like that. And that's just having individuals around you, elders or older people, whatever you want to call them, just doing things with you, teaching you, sharing wisdom, so and taking care of you. You can go over to this person's house, they looking after your kids and vice versa and stuff like that. That's something that I learned, and so I use that now actually with the things that I'm doing, and I'm very big on community driven things and getting people in the community involved.
Do you think that like community has gone away in some type of sense, or do you think that communities are stronger than they used to be, or is there like a paradigm shift of like what it looks like now?
No, I think it has gone away. That's good. I think people are more independent, mind driven. And I think not I think, that's what society teaches, independency. So when you have a mind of independency, you tend to feel like, oh, I don't need nobody. But dummy, yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
You cannot succeed or do anything alone. And with people start to use their heads, they'll realize that, that's common sense. But, yes, it has gone away, because everybody can do it by themselves. And then when they fail, they just be like, I just be going on tangents, whatever. Yeah.
No, I mean it's a tangent maybe or not because it's fact, right? Because I was just talking to somebody about this the other day, and this I'm independent. Okay, yes, I am. Oh, I'm independent. Okay, great, but I am a millennial to the T. And I heard you earlier talk about not believing in labels. I'm like, fuck that. Put so many labels on me that you can't even decide who I am. Let me decide. So I have a directory of labels that I can use. Give me the labels. I need you to understand that I am not a monolithic human. And so like I feel you on that. Like community is a thing that I enjoy, but I think another thing that comes into play when you're talking about community is like the trust aspect, right? Because people do some foul shit and it affects community.
This is true. I look at trust differently because of how I learn trust. Um, I don't put my trust in man. For the simple fact is I know man will fail. Man is flesh. People do fleshly things all the time. So I can't set my mind or my foundation on that. I can't really put my hope in that. So I don't believe in people. I mean, I don't believe people. I believe in them, but I don't believe them. So in my mind, I have separated to even attempt to do that. Because you'll set yourself up for an expectation and then it'll fail. We'll put people on these pedestals and think they're up here, and you sometimes can forget that they're human and that they can make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But that's just an unconscious thing people do as humans,
It really is, and it brings up a good point because I catch myself doing that, and I think it's fine. Like if you admire somebody or you look up to them, I think it's great. But like always that thing of like remembering people are human. Like so even when I look up to somebody, or even when I appreciate them or see them like that, my mentors, all that kind of stuff, I still have to step back and be like, okay, well, this is still just a human, and kind of go about it from that sense, and then just move forward from there. So, what's something that's really quirky about you?
Really quirky about me?
Mm-hmm.
What is your definition of quirky? Like,
what is your definition of quirky? This is you. This is your story. This is your road. I'm literally a great driver.
Okay.
Me bragging.
When I'm by myself, I dance a lot. I sing. Something quirky. I listen. I have this tape player right here, and from time to time, it's not every day, but I do it. I listen to this 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 tape on it's on the psychology of sex education,
Okay.
right? And so, but it's in the Catholicism arena. So it's understanding their psychology of sex education.
When you say a tape, are you talking about like a cassette tape?
Yeah, a tape.
Y'all, she straight up got a cassette tape now.
Psychologist evaluates sex education.
It's like a cassette tape. Like, I love it. Yes. that just made my day. Like, for no reason at all. But that is really quirky. What's something that you have fabulously failed at?
Relationships.
Talk about it.
And I mean relationships with all kinds of people. Family, maybe specific parents, cousins, relationships with people that you're dating, friends. And I'm happy that you use the term fabulous, because when I failed at it, I learned the lesson from it, and it made me better as I progressed with the type of people that I came in contact with. And so it made me just developed my character. And this is in learning trust. This is learning communication. And that means listening skills, just expressing like feelings and emotions and things like that. But like right now, I'm not in a relationship with anyone, but I'm friends with somebody. And you know how you want to be in a relationship, but they won't let you. So it's teaching me patience, So that's why I say fabulously failed, because I failed so many times of forcing things, this whole control mechanism and, this whole thing. And so I just really learned how to look at things from a different perspective versus then seeing it in one dimension. Not that I do that, but just appreciating where the person is and just learning from the whole aspect of the situation and what has taken place of the dynamics and I don't know. I failed at just communicating so much that now I don't say much when I'm talking. I just listen. Or knowing what to tolerate, how much I can take.
You kind of went over different relationships, and we landed on the friend that you want to be in a relationship with. And I thought that you may have been a computer hacker and spied on me, because that's my life right now. Like, there is a guy that I really like. Like, I really like him, like legit. And it's not this like that it's rushed. And I've been very mindful in this journey with him, and even saying that is like deep, right? Like on some real shit, not like to throw out, oh, we're on a journey together, but like I really do feel like we're journeying. And even the way that the call and response, like if I have a problem with what he's doing or something he has said, my reaction is still very much me. I've always had this theory that the way I handle somebody is the way that they handle me. He literally just is taking time to heal. And I'm like, I respect that. You are listening to the LaRae Infinity Let's Talk podcast. That's LRI Let's Talk on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, y'all. Did you know that I do a Create, Chat, and Chill session from my LaRae Infinity brand page every other Monday with artists? And we literally create, chat, and chill. Join us at LaRae Infinity on Instagram. And if you're an artist that needs some good energy and a space to create, chat, and chill, hit me up, DM me, at LaRae Infinity or at LRI Let's Talk, and we'll set it up. Okay, enough of this commercial break. Back to this amazing story. Enjoy your listen.
Wow, you have answered a question. So thanks. That's taking time to heal. In my mind now, I have had a paradigm shift. She's taking time to heal, as I should do the same. We all should be aware and conscious of that to know to do that. And so that's so thanks for sharing.
So we're talking about relationships, talking about all that good jazz, partnerships, the manifestation of all that. Would you rather be crazy rich or deeply in love?
Probably crazy rich.
Wow. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
I can buy love. I'll learn love. I can. I'm just playing.
Are you though? Yeah, because like I feel like and not saying that everybody's not walking in the truth that they're in, but is that a trained answer that people say deeply in love?
Money is a tool, and you have to have a bag. You have to understand what it is. It's a currency. It moves. So if you don't know what to do with it, of course you're gonna run from it. That's what people do. They run from things that they don't understand.
So could we say that about us in love then?
Absolutely. They're afraid to get hurt. You're afraid to get hurt. People are afraid to feel the pain. But that's how you know that you're able to grow, man. You're either that's in that moment, you either decide, am I gonna let this pain, oh my gosh, sorrowful and woe is me, blah blah blah, am I gonna complain about how he or she made me feel? Or I'm going to accept it and be like, okay, well, how can I move on from this? How can we grow from this? Or how can I grow from that? I don't know. I just look at things from a character check. That's integrity with yourself. That's being honest with yourself. I'm a poet, right? That's what I do. And so in one of these poems I have, it's called Expansion. And one of the lines in it is just talking about how people, just put on this, you're just pretending. They send you're sending a representative. People don't want to be truthful, but in order to be truthful and honest, you have to be there with yourself first. People lie to themselves all the time, whether it's a truth or a lie. Your mind doesn't determine the difference, so it's just going to ring it as true. So yes, people are afraid to look at themselves in the mirror.
But so while you're talking about this, you would pick, y'all, she would actually pick crazy rich. What would you do with this money? And actually put a price on it.
Crazy rich. Okay. If it's coming from the government, let's say 125 million, right?
125 million. Okay. Tax free?
Yes, absolutely. I love tax free.
Or $750 worth.
What? No. Tax free, all liquidated. That is mine. Right? What would I do with it? First, I would tithe, and then I would give to my church. And then I'll ask my landlord. Actually, I'll tell her, hey, I've been living here and I really like this this place. And so I'm going to just buy the whole lot. You can have your house. And the guy downstairs, he can pay me. And then I'll just give you this for this. So I'll buy this lot and this house. I'll redo the whole thing. I'll buy me a car cash. Not a new car. It would be a classic car. I'll invest some of it because I trade in the foreign exchange market, and I also do some stocks and stuff like that. So I'll actually put more money into my investment accounts. One of my business partners, her mom is in recovery, so I'll pay off her medical bills and stuff what she needs. And I'll take care of my neighbor next door. It's this 86-year-old man. So I'll get all the stuff he needs for his, health and all that stuff. Kick his kids away, And so I'll take care of all that. and all of his other expenses that they not helping with. Um, my mom will be taken care of. My grandparents here in Houston, my dad and his wife, my grandmother in Mississippi, and then with my aunts and stuff and my cousins, I'll give them a little bit, I'll give them something. And then Harambe, I'll give some to Mr. Washington, right? So he can do his projects and the other stuff that he needs to get done and stuff like that. I'll put some in Third Ward. Actually, I'm a part of the Rotary Club of Herman Park. So I'll see how we can use some of the funds that I'm going to give to the club of how we can put it in the community for these projects that we're working on. Right now, I'm developing, me and my team, the education committee of the Herman Park Rotary Club have put together an African American curriculum, 36 weeks. We're going into production this month, and we're going to distribute that out. And we was going to do this partnership with HISD, but niggas don't really want to be free. So we do it. We're going to distribute it with this company called Action Jackson Productions and distribute it that way and do like the live recordings and things and teach people African American studies for free online and stuff like that, right? So I'll put the money so we can pay for that. I think that costs like 10 grand to do that. I'll just pay for that. And then I'll pay Miss Naomi and all the other people on our team and stuff like that, right? And so with the money that I have left over, I'll give some to my community. I give to the homeless and stuff like that anyway, blah, blah, blah. I do all that stuff. Now, I'm going to go to Monaco, Italy, and I'm going to buy me the house that I want out there.
Do you already know the house?
No, I just know where it is. And I'm looking over the ocean. I'm looking at the ocean, and I can walk down this little hill thing and just go right into the ocean, right? Blue. Hopefully global warming haven't taken that over yet. So, and so, yeah, I would do that. With the rest of the money, I don't know, I'll just update my wardrobe. I'll actually get some contacts. I'll give me a year's supply. I'll actually buy the glasses that I want. They'll be name brand. No, they won't, because I really know what I want. So I'll go to this eyeglasses place in the Galleria that I go to and actually buy those frames that I like. That's what I'll do. I'll eat a lot of sushi from Nobu. I'll give. I'm a giver anyway, so most of it I'll give away. For I have a business. It's called QuietStorm Cafe. I would do my funds in that, open up that business account, actually fund it, and put some of my savings. I'll travel a little bit. Still COVID. I know what I would do if I earn income, if I learn a large amount of income. I've been in network marketing and direct sales for about 11 years, just as long as I've been a teacher. So I know exactly what I would do if I get a lot of money.
Got it.
I've had not a lot of money like that, but I've had
money where you have to navigate it.
You got to know what to do with it, because if you don't know, you won't get it.
Yeah. What has been your biggest challenge in your young adult life?
Being emotional unstable. While growing up, I moved around a whole lot, right? And moving around made me mentally unstable. This is my point of view.
Why'd you move around?
I don't know. I should ask my mom that question. Thanks for reminding me. I don't know. It was just like every year, every 2 years, I'm in a new area, so having to make new friends, having to reconnect with people all over again mentally. And as you get older and you learn more about mental health and trauma, and you learn more about these things, you start to see, those things play a huge role in how you perceive things as an adult if you don't get it, if you don't handle those things, through that, I'm going to use this Jackson State term, matriculation, through life, through the ages and stuff like that. Emotionally, I just wasn't attached to individuals like that. I had just different challenges with abandonment, feeling like that, or My dad, he was there, but he would say things and things wouldn't, he false promises, stuff like that. And so mentally, I just created this way of thinking that I already have an expectation or this thought that this person wasn't going to come through because of a trigger is set off or something that they say or an action that they did. And so having these emotions for these people and then being unstable with my own self, how can I be of help when I'm going through my own stuff? I started seeing a therapist. I can feel myself, having like a mental breakdown or some type of anxiety attack or, all this other stuff. Other health challenges take place and all of that stuff. And so I just started, how I helped myself was I was working for HISD. They have this, we have free benefits for mental health. And so I use those benefits every year, and you would get like 8 free sessions because I really wanted to dive into why I was behaving in certain ways, why I would perceive things in this way, what would cause me to react in this aggressive manner. Why do I continuously, just do certain things or attract these certain type of individuals? So I really wanted to get to the root of it, and I did. But I did all of that in a series of things besides that therapist. I actually created a workshop. It's called The Art of Self-Expression, where I teach individuals how to emotionally express themselves through writing. Because as a writer or a poet / writer, I went into this state of like not being able to speak, like like my voice was lost, and it was just so much emotional buildup. I created this program or these workshops, this curriculum, like just around self-love, self-preservation, self-care, self-awareness. And so working on yourself, I realized I had to take a step back in order to heal me and stuff. And so releasing those emotions allowed me to heal from that state of mind. And then once I got my own place, I was able to be stable more mentally, because now I can go into a spot quiet. I don't have to feel like I'm, being hounded on, or, you ever live with somebody and
Yeah, there's just no
you're an adult,
expectation when you're by yourself.
you know,
Yeah.
and so now that I'm more stable and have a solid foundation that I can call my own, now I have more peace and things like that. But that's one thing that I went through as a young adult, and I'm not going to say I overcame it, but I'm challenging myself to grow more every day and to, you know, have more control over that. But that's something that in my young adult life, that really took a toll on me, that I really had to get a grip on. It can get out of hand.
So, is there something from your past that you've gone through or witnessed that you don't like to talk about?
Uh, Something in my past that I've gone through and witnessed that I don't like to talk about. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yes, it is this one thing. And then this is the part where I talk about it.
If you want to.
I never shared this with anyone. I won't make it graphic. But it didn't traumatize me either. But it did let me know, wow, that really happened. It's crazy. And I think I said something about it, but I don't think nothing happened. Interesting. So my dad was seeing this woman at the time, and we was at her house. It's crazy. And so we was at her house. My dad and the lady left, right? And they would leave me, a young lady, home with two of the. It was 3 boys, right? But 2 of them would stay with me, right? serious. Like they were really serious. And this particular day, two guys, because something happened or whatever, something broke, and they was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell your dad on you. If you don't do this, I'm gonna tell your dad." Me being naive, and so I did what they told me to do, and the thing was, I had to go down on them, you know, and it was weird because one of them smelled like piss, and that's just nasty.
And that's what you remember. Is that
Yeah,
who'd you tell? Or do you
no.
remember who you told?
Oh, I told my dad first, and then he told the lady. You know, we left. I don't know what happened after that.
Did you ever see the woman again and her sons?
Absolutely. They lived down the street from my grandmother's house, my grandparents' house, my dad's parents in North Houston. and and you know, I've seen them grow up, you know, and who they are now. And let's just say I'm happy.
You're happy.
You know.
The shit people do and like the things that women go through.
Absolutely. People don't know.
People don't know. And what's even, I'm not even gonna put any labels on it because it gets on my fucking nerves, but what's even more just annoying to me is the fact that like it's always like, well, she would have told somebody, and it's like, no, that's some bullshit, because I know several women that tell and it nothing.
You're listening to the LaRae Infinity Let's Talk podcast. Have you ever been curious about CBD? Don't know where to go or who to ask? Well, we've got you. At Mary J, the Modern Cannabis Experience, we've created a safe space for everything cannabis, just for you. We are a women of color and queer-owned company in Austin, Texas. You can find us at maryj.store on Instagram or online at maryj.com. That's MARYJAE.com. So if you're curious or know anybody that is, send them our way. Come see us.
What has been your biggest accomplishment thus far?
My biggest accomplishment, I could say a few, but for me is getting this house that I live in now. I saved in 4 months over $1,000 I just knew I needed to move out my grandparents' house. And, you know, I don't like living with people. You know, I really like my space, and I really like quiet. And so I was in Pittsburgh at the time, and I was up there teaching, right? And so during the summer, I was up there, and so, but before I went, I was in a process. I did this show at this place called Midtown Art Center, and the owner of that place, I had asked her, did she know anybody who was looking for studios, right? Or who's renting out studios? She thought I was talking about a studio to record or like just to practice and stuff like that, but I was looking for somewhere to live. She said, no, but I know this lady. And so she gave me this lady's number, and I had took off and went to Pittsburgh. And before I was coming back to Houston, the lady never sent me no pictures. She never, she just told me how it looked. She can tell me the location, like the address or anything. She told me the address, but nothing about the house or anything. Just, she just described it a little bit, didn't send no pictures or nothing. And I was just like, if it's, she said, it's like an efficiency. I said, I don't really care. And I just took it. She said, well, somebody is putting their deposit down tomorrow, so I don't know if it'll be available by the time you get back. And I was like, well, the lady is not going to get it. It is mine because I need it. So as you can see, I am in this house and I've been here for 3 years. So my biggest accomplishment is sacrificing money for 4 months, like during the summertime, and getting this house. And I wasn't even in the state, and I didn't even see the place. I didn't even see it. I just knew it was for me because I needed it. So that's my biggest accomplishment, is getting this house.
I love that. And you've been in it 3 years, so obviously it was the right move.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, do you consider yourself a sexually enlightened person?
I would consider myself, yes, a
Why?
sexually enlightened person.
Why?
Um, I really enjoy um, having sex with a person because it's mind stimulating for me. And so I like the, the I like the mental part of it anyway. And so um, the art of it's an art. Sex is a tool. So you know, I use it for my creativity. I use it for you know ideas to generate or something like that. It gives you a high, or gives me a high of some sort of euphoric thing. But I do consider myself a sexually enlightened person. I don't use it. I don't abuse it. I used to abuse it, but I don't abuse it anymore. And once I learn how to use it, then now I don't like, crave it, even though, I like it, but I don't just be craving it because I'm intentional with it now.
Damn. Now that's enlightenment. That is enlightenment. If you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask the question to, and what would the question be?
Hilarious. The first thing that popped in my head was asking OJ if he really did it. Just to clear it all
know
up.
OJ did it. OJ did it.
Oh man. But I would let me see. Can I ask two people? You told me to ask one, but it's two people who I need to ask these questions.
It's your story, your journey.
I'll ask my godfather, Mr. Mike, what made you commit suicide? My godfather committed suicide last year. And I had talked to him like 4 days before he did it. And I just want to know, what were you thinking? I want to ask him, what were you thinking? What made you do it? What triggered you to actually do that?
Do you remember your last conversation with him?
Yeah. It was just about how was I doing, my investments, his car he had in his garage. And when I was up there in 2018, we was talking about his classic car. And I was asking him if I can buy from him, if I can fix it up and stuff. And that was in person though. But, yeah, I remember our last conversation. We was just talking about investments and how he was doing, what the weather was up there, because they live in Cleveland, Ohio. And every time I would be in Pittsburgh or in Chicago, I would just drive over there, just hang out with them. And the other person is this guy named Tony Porter. He was a friend of mine in high school. In 10th grade, he committed suicide. Same thing, because I still think about that today. I just want to know what was wrong, what happened, to make you feel as if you didn't need to be here anymore. What did you not express, or what did we as friends, as his friends overlook, just things that just, so that's, yeah.
Yeah, those are good questions. I always ask people that because it's just, your head could go anywhere with it. Like, kind of like you were saying at first, like OJ, that's a question. Everybody wants to know, did OJ do it? And I think OJ did it. I think you don't?
No, I think he did it.
Okay. I was like, I've never met a black person that said that, OJ did it. OJ did it. And OJ found a way not to get guilty. OJ did it.
You were smooth, man. How did you do it? That's what I wanted. How did you get away, man? What did you do?
You're changing your questions. You're changing.
Man.
I see how your leadership style works too. You slick like got 4 questions in, but we're gonna leave it alone. You got 4 questions in. One question for 2 different people, and then 2 questions for one person, and you loaded them on the front and the back end too. So don't think I did not catch that. Okay. Okay. So, what's something that you learned a little too late?
Something I learned a little too late. I don't think I learned it late. I think I learned it in the right time. I don't believe in late. But appreciation of family. I mean, I ain't really all big on going to family events and, going to reunions and stuff like that. I'll go, for entertainment purposes, but I ain't just really like, if I see my mom one time a year, or let me stop saying that. Let me say, if I see my mom, say like I saw her this New Year celebration, right? Say like she came to Houston and blah, blah, blah. And I seen her and my brother and Mr. Ray, and I'm good for a long time. I'm good. I'll see you in the summertime, maybe next event if I choose to go to. But over the years, and I think it was more so kind of in college, and then after college is when I really started to learn. Taking this course is called Landmark. But I started to appreciate time spent. And that's when I started to appreciate time with family. I forgot what made me see that. Something happened. I remember, but I can't remember what incident happened to make me see that. But I remember something happened, and I was like, oh, man, okay. It was at Landmark, talking about forgiveness and stuff. It's these courses through intense conversation or dialogue with this instructor and yourself and others around you and things like that. It's like the 72-hour course, man. It's madly intense, and it's just through conversation. But it's allow you to see different blind spots within yourself. It allow you to see, a whole lot of you, and it just opens you up to different things and new possibilities of what you can create for yourself in your world.
What's something that you like about yourself?
I really like that I'm able to listen to others and understand them from their point of view. Being relatable. I really like being relatable to any age. Kids, especially kids, but people my age too. I really appreciate that quality because it allows me to not fit in, but comprehend people from another point of view, connect with people, and really connect with them, not have an encounter versus then a meeting with a person, because then it's memorable. So being relatable.
Yeah. Being relatable is one of those things that is a gift, and it's also, I think it's a necessity when you're trying to hear the other side. Miss Jasmine, what's something that you wish you liked about yourself?
That I wish I liked about myself. Sometimes my ego can get in the way. I wish I could let it be under control, but it's very challenging. I'm very conscious of that. So I wish I liked that aspect of myself, and I mean my ego, like when something doesn't go my way per se, I don't need control, but in certain instances, I don't like how I react to certain situations. Like, say like I like somebody, right? And in my mind, I'm thinking we finna spend together on Valentine's Day. Some cliche type stuff. And you like, nah, I'm gonna just go with my friend. That's what I be wanting to say. I don't like to curse, but I don't like to use, but I'm like, bruh, what? I thought, we was gonna do this thing. But I get upset and I go into this whole attitude and this nonchalant assholish type thing. And I don't like that. I don't like that I do that. You know, it's either my pride or ego something. That, you know, comes out. It's not okay because then you start to treat people bad. I start to treat people, you know, and I don't need to do that.
But you know, even when you're talking about something that you don't like about yourself, it's crazy that self-awareness can make you 10 times better even if you do not achieve the full control of something. Because like I tell people all the time, I do not hear no's. I don't hear it. I don't hear
Yeah.
I'm like, Legina, try again, whatever it is, right? So I feel you on that. I feel you on that. All right, everybody. So we're coming to the end of this episode. Jasmine, I am just getting to know you, and I'm sure we're going to be long, fast, and steady friends on a growth path that is exponential. But I hope everybody out there, all the people in South Africa and in Russia and in Ethiopia, India, Canada, all the places, Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, everybody. I hope y'all were able to follow this shit because it was vibing. It was on a vibe and it was crazy good. Jasmine, I appreciate you. Thank you. Is there anything you want to say or share with us or say to me before we get off this episode?
Yeah, can I say a poem?
Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary and however you feel to identify, I would like to introduce to the stage QuietStorm.
This poem is called Expansion. I was told we're more powerful than we can ever imagine. But how can we see when we're too busy assassin? Creeds over enemies, bullets steady blasting. I'm asking, what is it really all for? You say you want expansion, but your words don't have the action. You say it's they. I say it's your lack of compassion. See, what are your routines daily to take charge and switch up this political fashion? Don't take this literally. I'm figuratively speaking. There's more to life than your mind be thinking. Allowing your stories to dictate your future, I'm metaphorically speaking. So read between my lines and let them seep in. My name is QuietStorm. Yes, I go off on the deep end. I ain't really got no filter when I speak. Your mind just be sleeping. See, I don't do this for no hand clap. I do this for the reason. God gave me my vision, so I do it to please him. You say you believe us, but you do nothing to please him. You hold all that beauty in your hand. Don't you know that's a treason? But you say you do this. For what? All the wrong reasons. I think it strikes a nerve when people pleasing. Too scared to be authentic, so you hide behind those demons. Yeah. I'm creating possibilities in all of my seasons. Letting go of limitations. Now elevating. What keeps you driven, false Dion? The confidence I have within my words is sometimes misleading. But fuck it. It's only for the ones who catches and receives it. See, I be going kind of soft with y'all. This ease is causing me to be complacent like diseases. I'm an impressionist with my words. Call me Van Gogh. On starry nights, my hat real low. I like abstract art and my concrete flow. Expanding my territory. God won't let go. Expansion.
Yes. Thank you once again for being here, Jasmine. I appreciate you, your vibe, your flow. Everybody, we are in 2021. Blessed be to all the higher powers, the higher power, the individual, the he, the she, the higher up there. We made it to 2021. We do not know what this year is going to hold, but one damn thing for sure is I will be here on this mic, and compassion, loyalty, and empathy. Those are good. And move through the world with intention. But as always, y'all, tell your story, be your own brand, live your truth, and stand in your moment.
All right, y'all. My name is Jasmine, or QuietStorm, and I am 30 years old still. I hope y'all are, or I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and I hope that you listened with intentional ears. You just listen to my story as I live my truth and stand in my moment on the LaRae Infinity Let's Talk podcast. This is season 2.
Yes! Thank you so much, Jasmine. I appreciate it. Let's talk.
Beep. Hello, my name is Jasmine. I'm gonna stop playing.
I was like, go ahead, girl.
Uh, I am 30 years old. My
No.
zodiac
Go from the
sign.
beginning. Go from the beginning.
Okay, go to the left a little bit, the other way. Okay,
This way.
yes. Okay, yep,
Okay.
you good.
On pedestals.
You put people like on pedestals. That's people up and down my street with these dirt bikes and stuff like that.
Okay, whatever.
That's all the time. I really don't like that. But
I would like to introduce to the stage QuietStorm. Let's talk. I know it was dope. Don't worry.
it was
Let's talk.
okay.